you got a Chevy driving you out.
What's that?
So where's your Ford?
It's got a bad alternator. We had to change the battery out in the parking lot so I could drive it to Stu's and dump it.
So we actually spent probably 2 or 3 weekends working on this blind, and it took some work.
The blind build at Farmers was interesting. As you can tell, we were very precise about everything we did with chainsaws. All of our cuts were exact and to the point.
We kind of have a plan sometimes.
I'm hitting the switches, look it!
We didn't necessarily have certain jobs, but we all had the same idea. We had it drawn out.
My only part was to do exactly what Ryan told me, because he has 17 years experience in construction. You want the roof to come about halfway here to here, so when we're sitting here, we can step out to shoot. Do you want to build it this way first and then move back?
I went 9.6.
No, I'm waiting.
I went 9.6 off of that.
Even though he's only 30,
I am 29 years old.
you might say.
Concreted our posts in, we framed everything, used a chainsaw, cut a lot of different stuff around it. We knew about roughly what it was gonna cost.
You know, we were probably close to $2,000 into this blind by the time we got it done with all the treated wood.
We didn't want it rotting away in the next year or two, so we used pressure treated everything that water would be touching. And we had a roof, we wanted enough room to cook in there, so it's a hotel, as most people would say. But with enough brush on it, you can't tell.
That's a finished carpenter for you.
So as you can see, we've got a bunch of caulking spread out on the building. We're trying to seal all our seams. We're kind of overachievers when it comes to building something, so we've caulked everything in. We're just trying to build it as best we possibly can. That way it's here for years and years to come. So we're getting ready to lay our chicken wire on, although it's getting kind of nasty. So I think we're gonna head down to our Rada paint store in Burlington, pick up our paint. It was nice enough to donate paint to us.
It was fun building a new blind. It was big, which makes it difficult to hide, but we brushed it well enough, and as the years go by, all the brush around it will fill it in and it'll really hide really well.
The blind that we had out there is now just a quarter of the blind we built around it.
It was roughly 20 feet by 8 feet deep, probably 5 feet tall, so you got enough room to get up out of the blind and shoot without hitting your head on the roof.
It's pretty interesting to hunt out of it now. It's so large, it echoes almost as you talk to each other, and you kind of got to yell across the whole blind so you can talk.
People can be in there comfortable. It's comfortable for the youth that we like to take out.
We kind of angled it so you get a good view from each way. The dog, we put a dog box on the end to put him in the prime time spot to where he can see the whole pond, because if your dog can't see where the birds are going, you don't give him a very good chance of being able to pick those birds up. So we like the dog to be able to see. So we stuck his dog box way out on the side so he can see the whole pond, which, I mean, you get 5 or 6 birds go down, you want him to be able to know what he's doing. So
the big picture really met what we were going for. It ended up being what we had set it out to be.
we just screwed it together and started hunting out of it.
I think the blind turned out pretty good. I think the only thing that I would change about it is the opening where we come out and shoot. I think it might be a little too big. If you see the aerial footage and it gives that perspective, it's just this black hole that you see. That can be deceptive maybe to ducks. If we can figure out a way to change that so we can cover those holes, I think that that'll just add a little bit more to that blind and make us be a little bit more camouflaged.
We did have some good hunts out of there as time went on.
Waterfowl Evolution, brought to you by Cargo Glide, work, play, life. ARE, outfit for life. Garmin, in it for the long haul. Fowl Plucker, a duck hunter's second best friend. Carlson's Choke Tubes, the shooter's choice. 456 Chevy trucks, 1960 to 66 Chevy and GMC trucks.